Take what you do best and create a website that's worthy of it.
Well, good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us tonight for our second town hall meeting. Of course, the first town hall meeting we had was on January 13th, and we had that at our auditorium on 80 Robinson Street. And we thank you for all of those that were able to attend that meeting and share and show support. And we had some questions from some of our guests that were there. I'm going to ask, and I know it's taken us a couple minutes to get everything together. We're pulling all of our pages together to try to maximize our exposure tonight on the topic at hand and what we are here to discuss. And many of you know from our posting on social media, we are looking to establish a charter school in Pottstown called Kingdom Life Charter School. And I want to share with you tonight a few minutes of the presentation that we shared with the Pottstown School District and why we're doing this and what our mission is and what our focus is. I will tell you on the onset of our discussion tonight, we do want to have a discussion rooted around education. And this is about education and the education of our children in the community and in Pottstown. We are not here to insult or we are not here to bash anyone, but we do want to deal in truth. We want to deal in facts, and then we also want to talk about a solution that we believe that we have a solution to come and to complement the work that has already been being done in the community by offering another choice for parents in the Pottstown School District. So with that, we are going to jump into the presentation, and bear with me. You know, we're not having technical difficulties. The difficulty might be that I'm not old, but I'm not as young as I used to be either. So sometimes going through some of the technology, I might fumble a little bit sometimes. I do want to bring up our presentation and put that on the stage, and I do want to talk to you. I do want to say that we are streaming tonight, and we are streaming in three different places. Okay, we want to maximize our exposure to this conversation, and you may have never heard this before of what we're trying to do, but I'm asking you tonight if you could help me and please like and share this video with your friends, with your family that live in the Pottstown community, because we believe that we have a solution and a way to help children in our community. So with that being said, we are streaming tonight on Facebook Live. We are also streaming tonight on YouTube. For those of you that are not social media users or social media savvy, you can go ahead and re-watch this broadcast. It'll be posted there for you to watch. We also have a Zoom up that is as well, where people can talk to me via Zoom tonight. That's a separate connection. And if you want to, please share that. I believe that we can place that Zoom link in the chat. If you want to send that to someone who maybe doesn't use social media, they certainly can jump on here and we can and participate in the conversation. We believe that we have a solution. I presented this particular presentation to the Pottstown School Board on December 22nd, and we had a good discussion. Of course, it was a Monday evening, 3 days before Christmas. We didn't try to kill them with data, but just to present what we wanted to do for the community. We decided that it was a good thing to have some more conversation and dialogue with the community. So we put together these town halls, and the 13th was the first one, and we thank you for everyone that participated. This is our second one that we are hosting. And then we go back on February 5th at 5 o'clock with the Pottstown School District and the school board again to answer questions that they have regarding our charter school application. In the meantime, we also had a site visit from the district, which we were able to show them our facility and what our plans were with the facility that we currently have, how we would make the spaces work, And we had a very good conversation with Superintendent Rodriguez and his team that was able to come with us that day. So that leads us to where we are tonight. And now that I got you all caught up, I certainly want to move forward with our presentation tonight. Let me just tell you a little bit about myself. And if you have a question, please put it in the chat. If you want to say something, please put it in the chat. I know it's a little unorthodox, but please put it in the chat. Just a little about myself. I am a 2001 graduate of Pottstown High School. I graduated from Valor Christian College in 2003. I've returned home from Valor Christian College in 2005, and I've been a community servant mostly my entire life in some capacity or another. And was glad to come back, and I graduated locally from Valley Forge University. Then it was called Valley Forge Christian College. Now it's called Valley Forge University in 2005, with my undergrad work being done in psychology. In 2013, I graduated with my master's from Liberty University, master's in theology, and I'm a doctoral candidate currently at Liberty University, and I hope to complete that by the end of this year, if not early spring of 27. I'm so glad that you decided to join us tonight. Please like and share as we go through our presentation tonight. Since I've been back home, I have worked as a youth pastor, a director of Christian education. My wife and I planted Kingdom Life Church in Pottstown in 2012 as a church. And I know I just given you this history about us so that you know that we are not new to this community. We are from this community. I served as a member of the Potts Grove School Board from 2011 to 2015 and 2 years as the president. I've served on various boards, including the Pottstown Health and Wellness Board. In 2021, we established a child care center in Pottstown that is now a STARS 3 center in the community. And we are very proud of that work. And we're hoping that Kingdom Life Charter School is an extension of what we are doing in the child care center. We also specifically have a Christian academy that is alongside, that is private and Christian, that is geared towards helping families that don't have a cohort for their homeschool child. Again, that's separate than Christian Kingdom Life Charter School. Those grades that we help, though, are K through 12. That is separate, but I'm pointing to it because it talks to our previous work and our belief in education. Okay. Why are we looking to begin a charter school in Pottstown? And we might as well jump right into it. Kingdom Life Charter School seeks to close the achievement gap in the district, and we're going to talk about that in a moment. Kingdom Life Charter School understands the unique challenges, and we understand the economic disadvantage that some in the community are facing. Our charter school believes that early science, technology, engineering, arts, and when I talk about arts, we're going to talk about in a minute, and math, also known as a STEAM option with small classroom sizes and individualized attention, will assist in closing the achievement gap in Pottstown. We believe, and from our gatherings, there is a high community demand for an alternative education choice in the community. And we want to thank you for all of those. We've had multiple petitions that are going around, some in paper, some online, some on change.org. If you have not signed a petition, you certainly can do so. You can do so by going to a newschool.info, or you can click on this link here, and that'll take you to change.org, and you will find our petition there. We have multiple petitions going in the community. We have multiple that are going around so that people can sign and make their voice heard. We know there's some unique challenges. We had a meeting on December 22nd with a lot of people in a very small room in the administration building in Pottstown. A lot of people, very small room. We also have another meeting scheduled for February 5th at 5 o'clock, which is a very difficult time for parents that work or parents who are picking their kids up or coming into town. for them to come to that meeting and voice support. So we have multiple ways that we are trying our best to meet the need of making sure that people in the community have a voice. We also are working with, and I'll talk about this in a minute, of how we're working together with many various people in the community to make sure that we are having a equitable and fair conversation. We're grateful for that. We believe through Kingdom Life Charter School, our children deserve the strongest possible start. That is why we are doing what we're doing. Yet we still see early gaps in education in the community that are very far apart from state averages. Pennsylvania Department of Education data shows that only 38% of the 3 through 8 in Pottstown are reading proficiently, which means that we're having a hard time in those early years. We want to offer small class sizes, a personalized STEAM approach, character focus and a character focus to assist and aid families in the community. We believe that now is the time. Now is the time to partner and complement the work being done in the Pottstown School District. Listen, 38%. Right now, 38% reading on grade level, okay? 38% based off recent PSSA data, okay? Now, we know that a lot of children are coming through a very difficult time, coming through the pandemic. But if we look at the pre-pandemic numbers, Pottstown has historically been behind the state by 15 to 20 points behind the state. And in doing so, we see this number at 38%. And we believe that our small classes and our personalized STEAM approach, focusing on character in our young learners, respect, kindness, how to treat your neighbor, these types of things, we believe that we can have an impact. Now, if you think that this is new and you would say, hey, listen, the pandemic had a lot to do with it and we're sliding behind. The state is making inroads and improving, but post-pandemic, Pottstown is still behind, and the gap is still there. I do have to say this because, well, let's get to my next slide. I'll make my next point. When it comes to math proficiency at 19%. And I saw a overall school performance, and there's a website that is out there, schooldigger.com, which a lot of people use, especially when they're moving. They use this as a website to determine whether or not they're going to move into a community or not, or is it a good place to send their kids to school. Well, School Digger rates Pottstown at 19.5% overall rating compared to other schools in the state. Well, 16 to 19% proficiency, which is 20 points below the state average. I would say we not only have a problem, we're in a crisis. For those of us, now these numbers are not good, and it's just a matter of fact. We have to face the truth and the reality that something's not working, something's not connecting. It's not just money, because we have more money. It's not just that. It's everything that's involved. It's the culture. It's the personnel. It's the money. It's everything together. But we believe that we have been given an opportunity now to say, you know what? We're going to complement that work. We're going to come alongside and provide another choice in the community. And we're going to talk about this in a minute. If 19%, I can tell you, is where we are math and 38% in reading. In the minority community, statistics say that minorities are 10 to 15% less than the average. 10 to 15% less than the average. That's what the statistics say. I'm not saying this is what it is, but could you imagine that if that were to be true, that if we're at 19% math proficiency, and on the low end we say there's a plus or minus here that we can find in the minority community, that there are minority kids in our district, that the actual number of proficiency in math in our district is single digits. Single digits. If you are asking me why I'm doing what I'm doing, 1 out of 10 is not acceptable. 2 out of 10 is not acceptable. 4 out of 10 is not acceptable. We have to do better, and we have to figure out a way. And we believe that we have been a mandate and we've been given the charge that we can do better. Okay. We believe that charter schools work. Now, I know there's a lot of data around charter schools in the state of Pennsylvania. One of the questions that came up in our last town hall was, do you know that Pennsylvania is ranked the lowest in charter schools in the country? And I said, well, let's do some homework and some research on this, on why. Well, many charter schools are around the city of Philadelphia. Okay. There are many charter schools in the city of Philadelphia, and there are many cyber charters in the state of Pennsylvania. Many cyber charters in the state are not doing well. That is a fact. Cyber charters, that is where a student is at home going to school online. We are not proposing an online model for Pottstown. We are proposing a brick and mortar school where children are brought to our school every single day. When we look at the numbers of low performing charter schools in the state of Pennsylvania, we have to be careful here. And again, we are not trying to insult. We are not trying to put down. We are only talking about the numbers that the district is performing along the same lines as the lower performing charter schools. I would say we don't just have a problem. We are in a crisis. But charter schools can work, and they do work if they have the right people at the in charge, which we have a commitment to do, if they have a dedication to the community. And we have some examples here of where charter schools are working. The Infinity Charter School in Harrisburg is a school K through 8, consistently ranked in the top 5% of schools across the state. I would say that they're doing a good job. Lehigh Valley Charter High School in Bethlehem is a grades 9 through 12. It's ranked the number 1 best high school for arts in Pennsylvania. And I think that that's great. And I have a friend that we work with whose daughter actually attended that school and is doing very well. Now, I've heard this. I've lived in Pottstown. You've lived in Pottstown for the last 20 years or so. And we keep hearing these words that Pottstown's the next Phoenixville. And we would like to see a revitalization in Pottstown like we've seen in Phoenixville. Well, what does Phoenixville have? It has a charter school. Renaissance Academy Charter School in Phoenixville is a K through 12 charter school, and it ranks not just in the state, but it ranks nationally among charter schools in its placement of advanced placement in the high school level. It's working. Phoenixville's working. They have it in their backyard. Some students, even from the local community, attend in Renaissance as well. And we're going to talk about that in a little bit. Some of you may say, well, Justin, we understand you're a pastor, you have a church, and, you know, the distinction between the two. Well, there is a school in Philadelphia that was started by a charter school that was started by the faith community. Esperanza Academy Charter School is a K through 12 school with a 93% on-time graduation rate. This school, originally intended by people in the faith community, coming together and saying, we want to do better for our children. And at that time, it was for the Latino community and bringing them together to help them with education. That school today is still thriving and even is helping on the collegiate level. It's faith-inspired, it's community-rooted charter, and it's been there for 25 years. Listen, from Esperanza to Renaissance to people of faith being involved in the solution to having a charter school in your backyard, there's nothing to be afraid of. It's working, and people are being successful because of it. Our mission statement is we want to ignite hope through STEAM, science, technology, engineering, performing arts, and math. Character-rich early education that guarantees that every Pottstown child masters foundational literacy, numeracy, and 21st century skills. Listen, we want our kids to be happy to go to school. We want that's actually, if you look at that picture, that cute kid there is my son Max. graduating from our preschool. A joyful K through 3 STEAM academy that instills hope, sparks innovation. And I'm from Pottstown, and very rarely do people want to invest or come. There's sometimes we don't see this innovation that we are lacking sometimes in our community. Well, charter schools bring about that innovation. Charter schools bring about innovation in the community. They bring about new ideas. They bring about things that people can come together and share. It's not a rivalry. It is a collaboration that people can come together and work together for the betterment of the children in our community. Well, President Barack Obama, the 44th president of the United States, elected as a Democrat president, said, whether created by parents and teachers or community or civic leaders, charter schools serve as incubators of innovation in neighborhoods across our country. President Barack Obama. These aren't new ideas. They're ideas that come to challenge the status quo and to bring about the very best in our community. This chart speaks to what we are doing in our child care program. We are a ELRC approved site, which means that we are familiar with working with the state of Pennsylvania. We also have a federal food program. We are a sponsor site through the food program, which is something that we'll talk about in a little bit that we want to introduce, of course, in our charter school, of utilizing the federal school lunch program. Our curriculum, being a STARS 3, means that our curriculum is aligned currently to PA standards, a Keystone STARS 3 center. We also currently, and we love our before and after school program, we partner with Pottstown School District, Pottsgrove School District, and children are bused to and from our facility every day. We open at 6 a.m., we close at 6 p.m., and we have students in our care every single day, helping them with homework, helping them with whatever it might be that they need help with, transition, but more importantly, helping parents for a safe place to be for their children, which if you ever need something to read to study why before and after school care is important, there's a report that comes out every year called America After 3 p.m. And you would be shocked and surprised. And I'm very proud of our before and after school program. And it's something that we would continue through with Kingdom Life Charter School. Listen, Kingdom Life Charter School is absolutely a separate entity from Kingdom Life Church, Kingdom Life Childcare, and Kingdom Life Christian Academy. KLC, as a acronym, is more of a brand, but the accounting is separate. The board is separate. We are only unified by community support and a desire to see educational improvement in the community. They are completely separate. They are not the same EIN. It's not the same accounting. It's not the same structure. The only thing that is the same is our unified belief in education in Pottstown. We also have a commitment that we will follow all of the laws that govern PA public charter schools. Why is that important? Because we are not doing this as an extension of what we do as a church. We are not doing this as an extension of what we do through our academy. We are doing this for the children and for the betterment of education in the community of Pottstown. What we believe that the charter school will do is a project-based K through 3 program, STEAM plus character. We believe, as Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, who we just celebrated, right? Intelligence plus character is the goal of true education. Intelligence plus character is the goal of true education. We are committed to this. We wouldn't have in our class sizes no more than 20 students. Of course, we have a daily schedule that we also put into our program and proposal, 9 a.m. to 2:30, or before and after school program that we have will be included for parents that send their kids to our charter school. And also free lunch is a part of the program for free lunch and breakfast and snack for those kids that are in the before and after school program. And if you have questions about anything I'm saying, please put it in the chat and I want to address them, okay? We also want to incorporate a 1-to-1 tablet to student ratio that would work in conjunction with our curriculum, but age appropriate though. We don't want to just stick an iPad in front of a kindergartner and say, here you go. We want to be able to focus and use the technology so that the students that are in our care and in our school can learn through innovation, through STEAM, but also can learn other things through coding and understanding how to code, but also understanding how AI, even as a young child, how some incorporation of AI into the curriculum, the things that can help them in going into this new world that we have, but age appropriate. Another big thing, which is huge, is really being able to talk about and to teach internet safety and security is huge, and it'll be a big part of our program at Kingdom Life Charter School. What does STEAM integrate into the education, into the curriculum? Of course, we know our math, our science, our reading, but then what also is in STEAM is exploring life cycles of, say, caterpillars or bees. One of the presentations that we have at our Kingdom Life Child Care Center, we had a person come in that has honeybees and how the process of making honey is amazing in the life cycle of the bees. We also want to talk about foundational computer skills, internet safety, early coding and logic. Huge for something that we want to do is performing arts. Not just art where a child goes into a classroom and they learn to draw and paint, or they go into music class and they sing together, but giving them skills and the confidence that they would need to perform in front of other people and to talk in front of other people. We believe that STEAM, it will help to develop the confidence in our students that is necessary for daily success in our schools. We'll deliver, we believe, our instructional design will deliver research-based instructional models that integrates. We have been going through, and we are proud to present on February 5th our model and talk about our model for curriculum for math, our model and our curriculum for reading. And it's not just one thing to talk about it, but we have put together a plan and an approach that we believe is different than what the district is doing, but also may give an upper hand to the students that are in our program to make them better students and more productive, okay? K through 3. We are also talking a STEELS aligned science and engineering practices, and these are aligned to Pennsylvania state standards, okay? It is very important to us that we are in full compliance with Act 135, and we talk about how the school is structured so that we can have full accountability. We don't lose accountability because we're a charter school. We have more accountability, more scrutiny. We want more awareness around what we're doing on then taking that data and that information and decoding that information and then encoding it as to what does that mean? How do we improve what we know and how we're going to implement? We want to improve reading comprehension and also developing our curriculum and our content and how we deliver that content. And I know there's a lot of questions out there wrapped around finances and money, and I do want to talk about that as we move forward. If you have any questions, I know it's a little different because we're virtual, but if you have a question or a comment, please put it in the chat. Okay. How do we determine whether or not we're doing well or not? We specifically want to begin with a model of kindergarten through third grade. Third grade is when the aptitude tests and the tests and the benchmarks come for the state. But at Kingdom Life Charter School, we want to have our students prepared for standardized tests. How do we do that? Quarterly benchmarks, parent-teacher contact, consistent engagement with our parents, consistent engagement with our teachers, working with our parents, bringing them into the education process. We believe that we can build a culture as a school system that invites those parents in and has conversations with them that are real, meaningful, but also helps them put together a practical plan as to how we can help their child succeed every single day and how they can participate in the process. We believe that performing arts, these are proven studies, boost academic skills. I was proud to be a member of band when I was in elementary school, middle school, and high school. We believe that performing arts enhances social, emotional growth. There are friends that I've met in band and in school plays and doing different events that are my friends, lifelong friends, even today. Developing motor skills and cognitive skills, learning how to read music or understand music and understand the arts in drama helps kids to foster their creativity. And the most important skill that I think that any of us can instill in our kids is confidence. We want to put confidence in our kids so that when they come and they arrive every day, they know that they are ready to succeed. And when they go from our program back to public school or whatever may be next, they are ready and fully prepared and equipped. So much of learning that I've encountered and is necessary is learning how to learn. And we fully anticipate incorporating that into our program at Kingdom Life Charter School. I do want to talk about behavior. We are open to the idea of how and bringing parents into the process to build a loving and supportive community and build relationship through positive behavioral intervention and support, but also having restorative practices in our policies and in our procedures that not just that you're in trouble, but you're in trouble in what's going to happen next. Well, you're in trouble, but how can we learn from this? So we do want to put together a culture that is strict, that has a academic rigor and struggle, but also a positive, clear, consistent code of conduct that maintains order and safety. And of course, age-appropriate focus, right? Kindergarten through third grade, and play-based learning and emotional support. And if you've been following the papers over the last couple of months, you know, just like any of us, that behavior, even down into the kindergarten through third grade, can be a challenge. We believe that we have a solution and an anecdote in our culture of what we're trying to provide at Kingdom Life Charter School that will even help those that are in trouble or have a propensity to get in trouble. This is a big one that's near to me. Transportation. We want to provide transportation. All of our children in the Pottstown School District that would attend Kingdom Life Charter School would be bused. We fully intend to contract with the local bus company to transport our kids and our children, and that this before and after school would be available. Now, busing, of course, how we do this, from 6 a.m. a parent may drop off, but then maybe a parent can be available. We want to work with our parents for pickup, or maybe it's vice versa. Either way, we want to work with our parents. And if you need transportation for your child to get to and from school, we are going to pick them up, and it is part of the plan and what we offer as a school. Okay, so transportation. And I know from living here and going to Pottstown School has always been known as a walking district. And I lived, when I was a child, I lived in two different places when I was in elementary school. But some of that time I lived on Walnut Street, Walnut and Franklin, and I walked from Walnut all the way to Lincoln School. And anyone that knows, that's not very close. It's not down the street and around. It's kind of a little bit of a walk. It's far. I would never in 2026 allow my child to walk to school. I would not. I would, in 2026, in the borough of Pottstown, I would not allow my child to walk to school by themselves. I would not allow them to walk home from school by themselves. I believe that the community deserves their kids to be transported. And if the district doesn't want to prioritize that, Kingdom Life Charter School will. We will bus our kids across through some of the community, which has not the best reputation. Listen, I'm from here. Let's not beat around the bush. Let's deal with elephants in the room that people don't want to deal with. It is dangerous. We had an employee who was a employee of our childcare center that was walking to work at 6:30 in the morning that was in the middle of gunfire. Could you imagine if this was a child walking to school? If you were to look at the statistics of in the borough right now of registered sex offenders in the borough, you would think again about letting your child walk to school. I think that it's time to revisit this. That's their prerogative. They don't want to bust. That's their prerogative. I believe that is a vital part of education, is making sure that a child is safely taken to and from school. You all know it. Do I have to be even more? Just the other day, I heard someone say the kids have to walk to school, but most of the sidewalks are not even shoveled. I believe now is the time for us to put together a system that prioritizes our children first. Going to and from school should never be a parent's worry or concern in 2026. Kingdom Life Charter Schools Governance. It's a 7-member independent board. Okay. Upon approval, we started with a board of 5 people that are working with us. We also have partnered with a retired even administrator from the Pottstown School District, Dr. Robin Lasser Smith, who oversaw the CTE program at Pottstown School District. Dr. Robin is not new to education. She's worked in many school districts, Reading School District, Philadelphia School District, and she has a proven track record of success. And she has worked with us diligently to help us bring our thoughts together and to incorporate the type of curriculum and staffing to verify our information that we are on the right track. We intend to hire PA certified principal. We hope to have open enrollment. Our board members will be selected in accordance to bylaws. We fully anticipate having parent-teacher organization and financial oversight for the charter school. Listen, and we're going to talk about this a little bit more in a moment. This next slide talks about the governance of the school, and might be a little bit boring. Our financial projection. I think this is important because one of the things that keeps coming up time and time again, and if we can just get real, I know there's about 30 people watching me between Facebook and YouTube. I've been talking for about 35 minutes. Let's just get real. We're talking about 60 to 70 kids attending a charter school from kindergarten to 3rd grade. Based off the numbers that we used of what we could anticipate as tuition that we would receive, we brought that into about $1.1 million. Okay. And I want to just put this in a perspective for you. These numbers are based off of numbers that we found. I have not received from the district, and something I'll be asking, what their charter tuition that they pay is. I don't know. I know what it approximately could be, and based off the projections approximate of what it could be is how we came up with this number. This number could move depending on if you're have students that are receiving special education or receiving some type of service. Okay. We anticipate in our district, just like in the Pottstown School District, we anticipate the highest line item being staffing. In any good budget, cost of staff, we hope not to exceed 70% of the operating budget. We're talking about 60 to 70 kids. I want us to focus here for a second, though, and just talk, because a lot of conversation deals with the money. We are projecting 1.1 on the lower end. It could be higher. It could be 1.5. It could be depending on student needs. But I hate that every time we talk about education, the first thing we talk about is money. The first time we talk about education, I talk about education, somebody brings up politics. I talk about education, somebody brings up money. I talk about education and somebody talks about staffing. Listen, right now in the district, and I'm talking about Pottstown School District, and I'm talking about our kids, for less than what you pay your top administrators is what we're saying this school would cost. I saw in the Mercury that the operating budget for 26-27 is $92.7 million. $92.7 million. What I'm saying is what we can do and what we're able to do for less than 3% of your entire operating budget. At this point, if you're telling me that you don't have any money and you need every single dollar, it means that we're using and spreading out the cost of educating one child, and all of the resources that would go to one child is being spread out among children that may not or may need it, which means that every child's not receiving everything that they should. In that, what I'm telling you is for the taxpayer, in our charter school, if we're honest, the taxpayer dollar would be better served inside of our charter than it is in the district, because we don't have the overhead. We don't have the large buildings. We're partnered with another organization. And by the way, I will say that Kingdom Life Charter School partnered or utilizing the same facility that is inside where we currently host Kingdom Life Church. We paid taxes, which no other nonprofit organization can say. Our tax bill that we pay is inside of our lease, inside of a inside of a lease agreement that we pay triple net. So I can tell you, we're paying our fair share and we're paying back into the system. We're not coming to you asking for anything but to allow us the opportunity to serve alongside the district and for less than what you pay our top administrators. Can I take it a step further? And I'm not trying to insult anybody. I keep hearing how the district doesn't have any money. I'll be glad to answer your question. The district doesn't have any money. I haven't seen raises foregone. I haven't seen anybody give back anything. I've actually seen increases all around. So let's not make this about money. You, in a $93 million budget, you can do anything that is a priority. Sorry if I missed this, Lisa Stevenson Horn, but can you talk more about special education? If you are capping classes at 20, will you be capping the number of IEP kids? The answer to that question is very simple, that we are going to have an open enrollment. If our enrollment goes over the number of kids that we're projected to have, we would have to go into a lottery system, and we would not deny a student because of an IEP. We will work with the district, get what's best in support for the district for the student. My heart for parents and families of kids with IEPs, because I have children with IEPs, and I know how important it is for the success of those children and those families every day. So no, the answer to that question is no. How many special education teachers are you planning to have? How will the students receive related services such as speech and OT? These are great questions. Because we would be a public charter, we would have access to the same funds that are available and also the same resources that are available through the Montgomery County Intermediate Unit, through other various organizations throughout the community. We do have someone that we are working with, a consultant in that regard, as to how we would implement IEPs and to help those that have IEPs and families, how we would support them. But we are not anticipating turning around families because they have an IEP. Those students would relieve services, and we would contract out just like the district does currently. We would contract with those that are able to come in and answer or help those students with those services as well, for speech, for OT, for whatever it might be. And I hope I answered your question Lisa Stevenson Horn. Thank you for being with us tonight. One of the things that we did have a walkthrough with the district about to look at our current facility. And I guess there might have been a little confusion here when I was presenting, and I hope to kind of clear it up. And I did clear it up with the school district as to our current configuration. Our current space utilizes about 15,000 square feet. We are dedicating 7,000 square feet and then another auxiliary portion that would be utilized as well in this space. For purposes of the state of Pennsylvania, they're typically looking for about 100 square feet per student. That's why we're capping at 60 to 70 students, because we want to have ample space for children and also auxiliary space or auditorium that we could have kids where they're able to run around and play and things of that nature inside where we would need to. The school is separate, though, from the meeting space of the church, of where we have church. And I think I wanted to really hone in on that we are renovating our existing space and converting that into classrooms and utilizing a separate space that is more of an open hall or auditorium that would be utilized for the students as well, for free play, active play, for concerts, for things of that nature. And if there's any questions about that, I certainly did walk through the administration through our building, and I was proud to do so. We have a beautiful facility. It's modern, it's up to date, it's clean, it has enough bathrooms and toilets and space for kids to learn, and we're very proud of it. And we believe that it is a phenomenal space for children to learn. So I know you said before and after care would be included and offered to the students. Would this be at a cost to the parents? So how we are going to work in connection with our current before and after school program, and similar to working together in the program, based off the configuration of space, we would be able to expand that. And one thing I do want to keep this clear: there is no religious requirement. There's not a religious instruction. You don't have to be a religious family. Just like in our child care center now, there's no requirement for someone to be a Christian or a Muslim or of no faith or any faith. We treat everyone with dignity and respect. And in that, we would expand those services to make sure that it's staffed properly, so that we still are a service to the community through children that come to us through Barth and Rupert and Lincoln and Franklin, even Lower Pottsgrove, West Pottsgrove we service, and Ring and Rocks. So we would just be expanding what we do and as another offering, but through Kingdom Life Charter School. And I hope I answered your question. Please let me know if I answered your question, because if there's something that I missed, I would love to address it. Okay. So in a nutshell, let me just wrap this up. Okay. This school expands on previous community success. We already have from 6 weeks to preschool children in our care. Our hope and our goal is that there are children that are already in our program that would continue in our program, but also that through Kingdom Life Charter School, they would continue from our program at Kingdom Life Childcare to the program at Kingdom Life Charter School. But then also we would open that up to as a charter school in the community where anyone could attend. Okay, where anyone could attend. We are having success in our preschool. We want to expand the success to kindergarten, first and second grade, and third grade. We believe that through Kingdom Life Charter School, we're going to create jobs and support working families in our community with not only just education, but care, and also being able to support our families, those that are paraprofessionals that maybe the district is not able to hire, or maybe there's someone that's looking to be closer to home as opposed to using their talents in some other district. We can bring those resources and those talents back to the community. Okay. We want to bring more resources back into the Pottstown community. As a charter public school, we would have access to other grant opportunities, other opportunities that may not be just available to the district. They would become available to us as well as a full charter school. We want to give parents a choice with credible. I'm not new to Pottstown. I'm from here. This is where we have served our entire lives, and it's a place that we love, and the people that we love and children that we love are here, and we want to do our best to help them and bring about and do it with familiar community members. We want to cultivate a culture of community and family and do it with credible voices that are not new to Pottstown but have been serving Pottstown their entire careers. Can I also say this? Right now, 320, there are 3,300 students that attend Pottstown School District. Out of that, though, there's another 320 students that are already attending cyber charters or charter schools in the school district. Those are families that have already not picked Pottstown. They have chosen to send their kids elsewhere. As one mother told me just a few weeks ago, they moved to Pottstown. But then when they went to enroll their children, they looked at the research and they just couldn't do it. So they had to find another school. I'm trying to tell you this is real. We have to provide an alternative education system to close the back door from children leaving the community. And once they leave the community to go to a cyber or go someplace else, the cyber charter, there's less accountability. The cyber charter, the funds leave this community and they never come back. The cyber charter, taxpayer money leaves Pottstown and goes someplace else and supports staff someplace else. Why not give an opportunity to the residents of Pottstown to close the back door and say, hey, if you don't want this, maybe this is another option. And we can still keep those dollars circulating in the community, because that's not happening now. 320 kids have chose to go elsewhere. The number that I saw was that equated to $10 million leaving the district. I don't know about you, but that's not good. I don't think that that's good for the community. I don't even think that that's the best for the child to not go to a brick and mortar. Just give me one moment, and I'll thank you for the questions. I believe that we can close the back door, and I would love to work with the district to complement what they're doing, to say, hey, here's another option, and we can close the back door, keep the kids in the community, keep the families in the community, and also recirculate the dollars in the community so that taxpayers are getting more for what they are paying. I'm sorry if I missed this in the plan. Eventually, to expand grades, a third grader would need to switch to an elementary school for only 1 year and transition again to the middle school. Well, Ms. Stevenson-Horn, I will tell you that we are starting and beginning our conversation with K through 3. I believe that K through 3 in the early years are more of the formidable, important years for our early learner. We don't really know if what we're doing works until we take the assessment. I absolutely, and over time, as we show that we are successful, I would love to add 4, 5, and 6, add 7, 8, 9, add 10, 11, 12. But we have to start somewhere. I would not come to the district today, and if I'm just being honest with you, if I were to offer a K through 12 charter school plan in Pottstown and it were approved, I believe that that may be harmful to the district. We are not trying to harm or hurt anybody. We are trying to help kids. So right now, K through 3 is what's on the table. We would love to help in the early years and grow as we show success to grow and add 4, 5, and 6. And let's just be completely honest. If I'm crazy and what I'm saying don't work at all, parents won't pick it. And if parents don't pick it, this is a moot point. But I believe through all of my conversations with people around the community that this is what we need at this time. You are correct. A third grader would transition back to fourth grade if we don't offer it, would transition back to the district. In that, though, they are going back to the district with a cohort of classmates that they have already built and established a relationship with. They also are going back probably in our goal, with a different frame of mind towards success, that we would say that our students we're sending back to you until a time appropriate where we can expand, that we are sending back to you the very best students that we possibly can. That some of the issues that you may have been experiencing, we in discipline, in structure, in grading, and understanding, you may not see those issues anymore going forward. The other thing is we are very sensitive to, if you have a child in one curriculum and going from curriculum to curriculum or thought process to thought process, what does that look like for the kid, for the child? And we want to create and use a curriculum that is building blocks for learning how to learn. And if we can create success with a academic rigor and productive struggle for that student, they'll be successful no matter where they go next. And I hope I answered your question. My last slide is the last. We are not asking the district for anything but a chance to serve alongside of you. I'm asking them to serve alongside of you. And that is my presentation for tonight. I probably talked more than I would if you were in front of me, but I thank you for your attention, and I am very happy to answer any questions that you all may have for me. And again, thank you, Ms. Stevenson Horn and Rashida White. Thank you for your question tonight. If there's any, I'll hang out for a little while and just talk to you. Even if you just have a comment, I would love to answer or respond to any comments. Our next meeting or next important day for us in this process will be Thursday, February 5th. Building. Thursday, February 5th at 5 p.m. And that's at the administration building. Thank you so much for those that came up tonight and were participants in our town hall. We live in the Northeast, so we got to be used to the snow and being able to dig out and shovel out. I hope your kids got an enjoyable snow day and got to get outside. A virtual learning day, I understand my kids had, and I believe the district had as well. So I just thank you so much for taking the time to listen. We are in this to win. I don't believe that there are many reasons to say no, only fear. I was listening to a school board member, and they were talking about their speech that they gave to the borough of Pottstown. And in what they told the borough, I hope that they take that information for themselves as well. Is that when someone comes to town and is looking for innovation and is looking to expand or to enhance, bring something new to town, that we would maintain a posture of yes. How can we say yes instead of just saying no? We can keep doing what we're doing, but what we're doing is not working. We can also say, just in honesty, we can work together for a better future for our kids. So I hope the district maintains a posture of yes and says, what can we do to spur innovation and help our kids? It's not an expense. This is an investment. We're trying to make the greatest investment we can, which is into our children. Thank you so much for listening to me tonight. If you have questions, you can certainly inbox me. You can certainly email the page. Please follow our page. I hope tonight, if you are wanting to sign our petition is at change.org. You can also sign our petition at a newschool.info. Listen, thank you so much. I hope to talk to you soon.